day 11. I am Nicole, I'm your host. And yesterday, on day 10, we started talking about creating a piece of content marketing. Now, content marketing basically is created content, whether that's writing or video or a series of images that something. And you do want people to know more about you and your company, obviously, but the primary idea of the content is for it to be useful by itself. Now, you should be paid somehow, and I put paid in air quotes, for your content, whether that is that people are seeing your stuff online and wanting to work with you, or whether it's an introductory part of a paid program. I think Gary Vee has a good view of this, which is that content online, there's so much of it for free. And so if you can't offer it for free and let people pay for what they call access. Now, I assigned you to write a piece of content marketing, and that could live one of two places. That could either live on something like medium.com. Oh, come on. And just why is this not clickable? Fine. Ugh. Guys, I'm having a morning. So I have a there we go. So we want to talk about whether you're formatting this piece of writing to go on a website, like it's a standalone piece that is living on a website, like medium.com or something like that, or whether it's going to be a PDF that you are going to make available for download. Either way, it's of content marketing. And actually, some of the same rules apply to both. So first of all, take whatever you wrote and try to cut it in half. And I know that seems really harsh, especially to someone who sometimes makes long videos like me. But the thing is that the less writing you have, the more impactful it is. So what we've done here is we have taken the original blog post and maybe hold that up. Okay. So this is the original blog post. Now, as you see here, more to it. It's longer. What I'm trying to do is for this particular ebook, I'm trying to fit everything on one page, like one day trip per page. And what that might mean is cutting off some of my writing. So for example, uh, I could say, or a short ferry ride from Bar Harbor. There we go. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to cut down the amount of writing. Now, as you see here, look, this goes, you know, taking the ferry, and I don't have to say from Bar Harbor because I said from Bar Harbor above. Okay, you see what I'm doing, which is that like if I can, I'm cutting as much as I can from what I wrote. Now, I know that you think, well, Nicole, I spent all that time writing it, and it's a waste of time to cut it. Really, you needed to write the whole thing to get down to the elements that you need. So, like I said, so sometimes I like to start with lines that are going over. Sometimes I like to see if there is a particularly long feeling area. So, talking about driving a loop, that seems like it might be a little long. Plan ahead for special events. I just might want to talk about them. Now, the other thing you see that I've done besides making my prose as short as possible is I've done some formatting to help my reader out. So, for example, like I have things with headings on it, and I'm trying to bullet, and I'm trying to do things like bold the most important text. What I want to pretend that people are doing, well, what people are actually doing when they go to your website or downloading your thing is they're skimming it. So I pretend that people are only reading the headlines, anything that's in bold, and maybe reading the caption below a picture, but that everything else is optional. So what you want to do is be thoughtful whether you're doing an ebook or whether you're doing it on a regular website. You want to create headings, you want to use bullets, and if helpful, you can use things like a feature chart. Like if you're trying to compare, three things and one thing costs, $100, one thing costs 500, one thing costs 1,000, rather than writing that all out, sometimes it's useful to have a feature chart. So to represent it graphically somehow, let me pull an example. And like websites uses this a lot. So it like kind of shows you like this is what you get for the thing. And you can kind of see, okay, this is what you don't get, you know, and there's usually it's kind of cutting off probably over here the table of, you know, like what these things actually what these green check marks and these red X's actually are, but you get the idea. So think about sometimes the easiest thing for the reader is you doing a little bit more work, honestly. So, and that's not a bad thing. I get it. You're working hard enough already, but if your reader has to work too hard, they're going to go somewhere else to get the information. So what you want to do is, like I said, cut down the writing. You want to use formatting when possible. And then this is a bit of a departure. So for example, this is going to be a PDF. So someone might like print this off and bring this with them on vacation. So if you start having really long links, and there's one on here that's like super long, ridiculous. I haven't shortened the links yet. Um, okay, maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. But sometimes when you link to stuff, it ends up being really long. Like you grab that link from like a newspaper article or something like that, and it is just way too. No, that's not it. So what you want to do is think about the person who has printed this off is going to be typing that link. And so what we want to do is we want as little error as possible. Enter Bitly. So Bitly is a free service. They have a paid service, which is really expensive, and I don't quite understand it, but let me log in and just show you how it works. Um, you use a free account. I use a free account. And what you can do is you can make these short links that are easy to, I don't know, put on a poster or something like that. So let's go look for a really long link. I'm just looking for any long link. Newspaper links tend to be pretty long. So let's say I wanted to link to this article, but I don't want people to have to type out the whole thing. What I can do is I can click this. Once I make a free account, I can create the link. I paste the long link in here. I click create, and it gives me a little snippet of something. Now, if I want to, I can customize what they call the back half of the link. So I can say that this is, I can call it whatever I want. And then I can click, as long as it's not taken by someone else, and I can click save. Oh, it's been taken. There we go. So now, if I want to, I can write this link. Now, this is a bad example because the New York Times has its own shortener. I'm trying to think of basically anything long. So the example I always use with people is, now every link that you create, so this was something that I did. It was an event that I did. Oh, come on. There we go. So as you see here, this was the link for this theater's tickets. And what I can do is, like I said, I can just, it saves it in here that I've already made a short link of it. But typically what I can do is if I go and I put the plus sign afterward, it'll give me some stats on the link. Oh, come on. One total link click. Oh, this week. Okay. Typically it shows the total. Oh, okay. Maybe this is the total amount for this thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a bad brain day. Point being is that you can make a short link, and if I put this bit.ly/island story slam into a document that people are going to be looking at and typing from, they're going to be a lot less likely to screw it up than typing in this super long link, right? So I think we get the idea here. So if you're doing a printed document, you need to think about how long the links are, how hard they are to type in. Like obviously if this was going to live online, I would just highlight this and I would link the Saltboxes restaurant's website. But because this is not living online, I need to think through how to get people to the places they need to go. So whether that's writing out the link for the restaurant, or whether that's creating a short link if the link is long, or saying Google whatever term I want them to Google. So what we want to do is, like I said, it's really easy for us to just like take what we wrote yesterday, paste it into a document, and be done with it. But we need to kind of thoughtfully think through how someone's going to look at this, because think about it, especially this might be the first impression someone has of your business, is how you handle this thing. So if you do so with, some thoughtfulness in mind, people are going to appreciate it. So, what I want you to do, so your homework today is to finish up your thing. And if you decide that you're going to post what you wrote onto a website, you need to go and make a Medium account, and you need to fill out your bio. So just make a free account. The way to do that is if we click write. Like we're going to write for Medium. Now, it doesn't have to be Medium. It can be something else, but there's, like I said, there's HuffPost. There's tons of them out there. And, okay. So join the Medium join the Medium Partner Program. Sign up. You can sign up with that email you made on day one, go through the process, and post your article and format it thoughtfully. Now, remember, if you need to source images, you probably want at least one image. Please use something that's either royalty free or use something that you have taken yourself, because you do not want to get in a fight with Getty Images or Adobe or anybody like that. Not worth it. Now, if you decide instead that you want to go the ebook route, so you want to make a PDF that someone downloads on your website, this is the part where you open up Canva today, you put in the text. What I recommend doing, as you see, is each one of these blocks is a separate element. What you can do is if you make one heading, like if I wanted to, I could highlight this. And as you see in the top menu bar, I have this duplicate button. So like once you make one header, you just copy it and put it other places on the page. Get one of your pages laid out and then use that layout and duplicate the page. I mean, save yourself some work here, guys. So yeah, that is what I want you to do, is get everything finalized. For those of you who are, like I said, so the Medium people are going to publish, or the HuffPost people are going to finish their writing and get it published on the website. We'll talk about what to do with it tomorrow. Those of you who are doing this are going to finish this. You're going to download it as a print PDF. And what you're going to do is you're going to log into MailChimp, the account that you made, and you are going to set up basically that when someone gets, I don't know, I'll call it order, I guess. Oh my God, stop it. All right, I can type some passwords today, just not everything. All right. So if you're going to do the ebook thing, like you said, most of your time is going to be spent formatting in Canva, I'll be honest with you. Some of our things, guys, are not super sexy. So what we want to do is create, I'm just remembering. Okay. An email. An automated email. And I guess I could have also gotten here by click on automate email. It'll get to the same thing. Now, what we're going to call this is a welcome new subscribers. Single welcome email from my new subscribers to this particular list, right? The only list I have. And then it's going to ask me what I would like to do. And basically in the content, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the PDF into the media part of MailChimp, or I can even upload it to like Google Drive. I just need a link to something online. And what I'm going to do, once I download the PDF, I'm going to upload it maybe to Google Drive. It needs to live somewhere online. And we've already made that Google account, so why not use it? And we're going to say, you know, here's your free ebook. And we are going to link to where it lives on the internet, maybe Google Drive. So we're good. Where you upload it on Google Drive, we put the link in. And we're going to save and continue. Oh. So once you have this all formatted, anytime someone joins this list, they will get this welcome email, which happens to also have the link to your PDF in it. So this should be something that, now you can send a single email like this as the free part of MailChimp, I believe. Let me just, I would click start sending, but I'm worried it's going to start sending. But if you're going to have a series of emails, what MailChimp calls an onboard, hold on. So if I clicked instead of one thing, I would say like an onboarding email series. That's when it starts getting into, you start getting into the paid MailChimp territory. But I believe that I am 99% sure that you can have a one welcome email sent out when someone joins your list without paying anything to MailChimp. So you don't have to set up a whole distribution channel on your on your, on your landing page or anything like that. You just tell people to sign up for your email list and they will get this for free if you're doing the ebook thing. So clearly with the ebook thing, you're getting actual subscribers, right? You're getting their email address, but you're doing a lot more work to do it. With Medium, you're getting kind of more general exposure and you're, and the return is going to be a little bit squishier, but we're getting your name out there to people who don't know you. That is what the idea of both of these pieces, whether you go the posting on a website route or whether you go making an ebook or some kind of downloadable thing on your own website route. We're just trying to get people who don't know you to care about your business. That's what this content marketing stuff's kind of all about. And we got to offer them something of value for them to do that. So I will let you get about finishing your piece of content. Again, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please leave them below the video wherever you see it. If it's on YouTube or if it's on Facebook or if it's on the website, leave a comment or a question because chances are if you have it, so do other people. Thanks so much for watching. Have a lovely morning and I will talk to you soon.